one of the things that always impresses me about this industry, and it's exemplified here at Fit Show, is the camaraderie, is the goodwill. And I think Tim from Band of Builders, I'm going to speak to here, who he's here with and what he represents really brings that to life. Tim, thank you for joining us on Fit Show TV. Tell me a bit about Band of Builders.
Band of Builders, we started in 2016. The founder member, Adam Smith, found out his labourer had terminal cancer. Right. So he put a shout out on a Facebook group. 50 of us come together to Lincoln. Keith, unfortunately, did pass away a year to the date. He thought he was getting some fencing. So we went, took it up a little bit, a few notches above that, and installed a kitchen, bathroom, landscaped the front garden, back garden, decorated the property throughout. We've done that in the 7-day period. We thought at the end of it, a bit of builder's dust flying about, a few beers, a few tears, thought that was it. Fast forward to 2019, Band of Builders was formed and we got our charity status, where to date we've completed 28 projects. We start our 2023 projects on the 3rd of June for a young lad, Luke. 17-year-old, he found out he had a brain aneurysm and he's been in hospital for 4 years. He's now 21. So Band of Builders was approached and we put a plan together that we're going to go to the property, build a small extension with a wet room and sleeping facilities and a bit of landscaping at the garden for a family gathering area. That's the sort of things that we do. Obviously you can see on the board behind us we have various projects. Pippa, a young girl on the orange chair, she found out, or her parents found out she had what's called butterfly skin. The medical term I can't pronounce, but it's where she was born with 85% of the skin missing. Her mum had to burst anything up to 100 blisters per day. So we come along, her father, electrician, put an application in, obviously met the criteria. We come along in 2 phases. Put a dome and flat roof on an extension. Then we come back a month later and installed a bespoke bathroom to enable a mum to bathe her and cream her with a dressing area. Pippa's now a cheeky 6/7. She'll always have the illness, but not as severe as what it is in the photograph. The other one on the top right is Rob. Rob's was a building surveyor. This project was done safely through lockdown, where we had about 40 or 50 tradesmen from countrywide, from Scotland, Wales, England, Northern Ireland. They come over. Rob got out of bed during the evening, fell over, tripped, banged his head on his bedside cabinet, ended up in a wheelchair, as you see. So again, we came along, done some home adaptations, widened some doorways, installed a wet room, bedroom, and a larger area of landscaping out the back with composite decking, again for another family area.
Wow, I mean, it's incredible work that you do, and that's such a support to those people who have had something that's happened that is life-changing for them, but also a tremendous support for their family as well. And what's been the response, and how does it feel then to be on site with the family and to hand over a finished project to them once you and your colleagues have been in and done that work? Yeah,
I mean, every project is different. The end result is that we've done something good for the family to enable them to continue, but it's always humbling. And any of the volunteers, if you was to speak to any volunteer, to a man or woman, they'll give you the same response. That it makes you puff your chest up and you just feel humbled that you've helped someone along the way. And it doesn't matter when the volunteers volunteer, they travel, as I say, from Scotland, Ireland, Wales, England, whether it's a day or 2 days. When they've done one project, they get what we call the bug and they want to come back and do the repeat in volunteering on future projects. Apart from the projects, obviously, we have to raise money and through donations. So there's a core group of volunteers that will do like the 3 Peaks Challenge. That's happening in September. Along with that, we'll have material and merchants, builders merchants like Jewsons, that they volunteer and do the walk. Last year we done the Hadrian's Wall. We raised a lot of money, and we also do auctions at the end of the year We get donations of materials and gifts. We raise money from that to enable us to continue what we do.
Wow, such good work, and I'm pleased that you get such good support. You mentioned some of the partners who've supported you there, and of course, all the tradespeople who donate their time and their energy in order to work on these projects. If anyone watching wants to get in touch, either to get involved or whatever their circumstances may be, what would you say is the best way of them engaging with you?
If they just drop an email to www.bandofbuilders.org. Make their presence known, give them information. They'll see all the information on the website of what we do and what they can do for us. We're always looking for volunteers countrywide, geographically, wherever the projects are. We'd try to look geographically first because we're mindful of the volunteers are spending their own money to travel. We'll also put a shout out on local community pages. That brings the community together. When we ask, can they assist with food, which 9 times out of 10 they always do. Tesco's, the likes of that, local people will build, make cakes, bring food, and it's an abundance. And it's everybody coming in together as a community to help their fellow neighbours. Kevin's project, that was the first one with the lads with the green shirts on. That was the first project in Northern Ireland. We've done this last year. Kevin, a local builder, he was known beyond belief how many people knew him through his work years, that they all came along. 80 or 90 people volunteered their free time, and it was just immense project. So we've done projects in Scotland, we've done projects in Wales, Northern Ireland, predominantly England because we're an English Wales charity, but it doesn't stop us from going to Scotland and Ireland. And we're just getting more and more awareness out there to contractors, the likes of these types of shows where the big corporate companies know what we do. We just put the word out so they can all get involved.
Well, thank you very much, Tim, for putting the word out with us today. That web address again, www.bandofbuilders.org. If you want to get in touch, have a chat with Tim or any of his colleagues, then that's where you should head. Thank you for joining us at Fit Show. Thank you for telling us the story of what it is that you've done. And, frankly, long may it continue. Cheers.
Thank you.